Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Renee Millman at reneemillman.com. Welcome back to the kitchen where all good things happen. And today's episode is going to be on how to make your own golden milk. You can certainly buy a mix to make your own golden milk, but you can also make your own at home, very likely with ingredients you already have in your own kitchen. So let's get started and I'll explain every ingredient to you. What I have right here is 1 cup of vanilla almond milk. When you're making the golden milk, you want to make sure that you are using some kind of milk that has a fat in it. I personally am a fan of almond milk, but you could definitely get away with a coconut milk. You could use cow's milk if you like that, whatever suits your taste. So that's that. And then right over here for our spices, I have turmeric. Now I'm only making 1 serving here, so I will put all the ingredients and amounts below the video. So this is 1 cup of almond milk, and then I have half a teaspoon of organic turmeric. And here I have black pepper, which we're only going to use a pinch of. Definitely don't use that much. We'll just take a pinch out of that. And then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom and about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon right here. Now, if you're going to make your own golden milk, you got to have just 3 things and the rest you can play with. So the first thing we must have, of course, is our milk of choice that has to have a fat. Then, of course, your turmeric, and then the black pepper. If you're going to do nothing else, just have those 3 ingredients. The black pepper helps the benefits of the turmeric and the curcumin that's in the turmeric become more bioavailable. And so you gotta have that black pepper. Just a pinch is all that you need. So what we're gonna do is throw our ingredients into our pot right here. Just like that. And then our turmeric. Okay, and like I said, just a pinch of that black pepper. All right, and I'd already measured this out, about a 1/4 teaspoon, but you can play with that a bit. You can do a little bit more or less, or not at all. And then our cinnamon. Okay, so you're gonna take a spatula or a whisk, give that a nice mix. If you have a blender, you can throw all this in a blender and get a nice smooth mixture too. But for now, I'm just going to stir this in here. And then I'm going to take this over to the stove and heat it for about 3 to 5 minutes gently. Make sure it doesn't boil. Try to get some of those clumps out. But just heat it maybe on like a low to medium low kind of a heat. And then we'll be just about done. When you're heating it, stir regularly. What you want to try to avoid is after you pour the milk into your mug, you don't want to have all those good spices settle at the bottom. So try to get those kind of dissolved and mixed and well. Okay, so I'm gonna take this over to the stove and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just took the golden milk off of the stove and I'm just giving it a final stir here. Golden milk is such a grounding, calming, it's kind of a very soothing drink. You can have it before bedtime. Some people have it in the morning in place of their morning coffee if you're trying to, ditch the coffee habit. So it's so good for you because especially all those spices and especially the turmeric, which is so good for joints and reducing inflammation. It has anti-cancer properties. It detoxes the liver. And, there are some who say that it's good for weight loss. So turmeric is just a wonderful, wonderful spice. And the spices that you saw me add here today are not the only ones. You can add, if you want a sweetener, you can add a little bit of honey. You can also add, saffron threads. You can omit the cinnamon or omit the cardamom. It's up to you. So you can kind of play around with it and see what combination is your favorite. Okay, I think we are ready to go. So I'm just going to put this here and then pour it into this lovely mug. All right, see some of that black pepper settled to the bottom. Okay. All right, and there you have it. A wonderful cup of golden milk ready to help you start the day or to help you unwind at the end of the day, whichever. So if you have any tips and tricks for golden milk that you would like to share, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Thanks.